Early estimates of capital damage in the fruit-producing Hex River Valley in the Western Cape stands at around 150 million rand, while the income lost by the workforce now stands at 90 million rand. However, the violent industrial action over a doubling of wages to 150 rand a day is forecast to have serious ongoing economic implications for the export-driven region.
On the very short term, those crates has got to be immediately reissued again. I don't know if it's available in the economy. The second thing is that the amount of fruit that could not be harvested, that has got to be thrown away, is also an enormous amount, and that is also overseas contracts that we could not fulfill. So that has got a medium and long-term effect for us as a potential safe supplier.
Our government is losing an enormous amount of revenue, income tax revenue, because these farmers aren't selling. We think they've already lost about R250 million in terms of export that we think the farmers have lost. And then, of course, the government doesn't get their cut out of it. So
the illegal strikes, which began 3 weeks ago in the picturesque Cape, have seen a large number of vineyards and orchards burnt. Farmers Union Agri Western Cape estimates that damaged land could take between 5 and 7 years to get back to full production. This will have a negative impact on future labour demand in a region where unemployment already stands at 40%.
The long-term effect of this is a total restructuring of South African agriculture, a total restructuring the way that we're doing production. It's a total restructuring of the way that you're going to look at, for instance, labour and mechanization. So it's the two poles that we're going to put together now and see which is the best that we can get more risk avoidance than we've got at the moment.
A deliberate move towards mechanization is likely to hamper the government's 2030 vision for the agricultural sector. The government expects to create 1 million jobs.
The tragedy goes further. It goes to the farmers, it goes to the future, it goes to the government, and certainly the tragedy finds its way onto the dinner table of each worker, because they're not going to be able to put food on the table.
Last week, Acting Labour Minister Angie Motshekga began a review of the minimum wage of 70 rand a day for all.
We have been in contact with the Minister, and we can say to this end, the Minister of Labour, Ms. Mildred Oliphant, will be publishing within a week a notice indicating the intention to call on all interested parties to comment on the possibility to review the sectoral determination. The Minister of Labour will also at the same time publish a notice to cancel the existing sectoral determination, which stands at a minimum of 70 rands a day.
Whether a new minimum wage will be determined close to the demand of 150 rand depends on negotiations later this week and into next week.
You see, a reasonable outcome is an outcome where the issues raised by farm workers are addressed. Right now, the rallying cry is 150 rand per 9-hour day. But that is not the only thing. The other issues is the issues of housing, non-compliance with the sectorial determination, the evictions, that is the order of the day, assaults on farm workers.
What I want is 150 rand, and I am not changing my mind.
The final outcome of the farm workers' strike in the Western Cape will be clear in the next 2 weeks. The economic impacts of the strike, however, will be of a more long-term nature and most likely a negative one for the farm workers, the farmers and the country's economy as a whole.